Hi, hello. Good morning, dear students. How are you all? This video lesson module number 5 was Hyderabad. Myself, Venkat Reddy Peram, teaching faculty. My dear students, in the previous module, we have learnt about displacement reaction, general representation, various examples. Double displacement reaction, general representation, types of double displacement along with various examples. Today, let us learn more information about the only reaction left. What is that? Oxidation and reduction reaction, which is also called redox reaction. So, without delay, let me start the session by taking the heading. What is the fifth type of reaction, my dear students? Oxidation and reduction, collectively called redox reactions. Redox reactions. Yes, this is the topic meant for today. So please all of you concentrate here, because this is very important topic for the examination point of view. Guarantee you can expect 3 marks question from this area, and many times repeated also in board. So first of all, before going to discuss about redox reactions in a very neat manner, first let us learn the meanings of these important words. What is meant by red? What do you understand by the word red? Red stands for reduction. Red stands for reduction. OX stands for oxidation. Yes. Because in this type of reactions, oxidation and reduction occurs simultaneously. That's why these reactions are called redox reactions. So, if you want to, or if you wish to understand about these reactions, first we can do one activity. Let me explain one activity. What is that activity? Activity number 1.11. Activity number 1.11. Now, in this activity, the materials required: China dish apparatus, China dish, yes, burner for heating, and copper powder, yes, copper powder. So these are the materials required, and along with wire gauze, G-I-U-Z-E, wire gauze. So these are the 4 materials required. Now let us take about 1 gram of copper powder in this China dish. 1 gram of copper powder in China dish, and slowly heat that China dish on the low flame of the Bunsen burner with the help of wire gauze. So don't heat China dish directly. Instead, first use wire gauze, and thereafter you can use a China dish. Keep China dish on the wire gauze and don't heat directly. And whenever you are start heating the China dish, specially consisting of 1 gram of copper powder, what do you observe? That observation is more important. What do you observe? Yes, shiny brown copper powder. What is the color of copper, my dear students? Shiny brown. Copper powder slowly changes into black color due to the formation of copper to oxide. Why copper to oxide is formed in this reaction? Because whenever you start heating that copper powder, this copper powder combines with oxygen present in the atmosphere to form copper to oxide. So, copper to oxide is a solid, oxygen is a gas, copper is a solid material. Previously, what is the color? Shiny brown. And finally, it becomes coated with black. So, this copper powder being coated with black color due to the formation of copper to oxide. So, what is the name of this compound formed? Copper to oxide. Now, once you observe, to this copper, what material is added? What substance is added to copper? Oxygen. That's why here you can say that copper is oxidized. Copper is oxidized. So now tell me what is meant by oxidation. Addition of oxygen to any substance is called oxidation. The substance which receives oxygen will be say that oxidized. So addition of oxygen is called oxidation. So here you can define the process of oxidation comfortably. What is that? Addition of oxygen to any substance. Okay. And let me take copper to oxide here. Copper to oxide. If you pass hydrogen gas over black colored copper to oxide, then what is your observation? What do you observe? So we observe that black color copper oxide slowly converted to shiny brown copper along with water. So CuO plus H2 gives rise to Cu plus H2O. Again it will regain its original color where reverse process takes place. Now here what you say? Copper oxide converted to copper. Copper oxide converted to copper where loss of oxygen takes place, which is called reduction. What is the name of this process, my dear students? Reduction. So how to explain the process of reduction? Yes. Removal of oxygen from any substance is called reduction. Removal of oxygen from any substance is called reduction. So addition of oxygen is called oxidation. Removal of oxygen is called reduction. Now other definitions also there for oxidation and reduction. Now let us discuss those definitions. Let me take here oxidation. Oxidation. So there are 4 definitions for oxidation. What are the 4 definitions, my dear students? You try to remember one by one. First one, addition of oxygen to any substance is called oxidation. And the second definition, removal of hydrogen from any substance is also called oxidation. And now third one, addition of non-metal to metal is also called oxidation. So if you add any non-metal to metal, that is also called oxidation process. And finally, on the basis of electron concept, loss of electrons is called oxidation. That is also called LEO. LEO, L-E-O stands for loss of electrons is called oxidation. Okay. So in these 4 definitions, according to the situation, you can use any one of the definition. Okay. In a similar way, let me define now what is meant by reduction. So quite opposite, my dear students. All of you please observe here what is meant by reduction. For reduction also there are 4 definitions, Nana. What are the 4 definitions for reduction? Addition of hydrogen to any substance. Addition of hydrogen to any substance is called reduction. Or loss of oxygen or removal of oxygen from any substance is also called reduction. And third, on the basis of metals and non-metals, addition of metal to non-metal is a reduction process. And final one is gain of electrons is called reduction. So loss of electrons is called oxidation, gain of electrons is called reduction. So these are the four definitions, and here also four definitions. According to the use and purpose, you have to use any one of the definition. Now let us discuss about more examples here. Now one more example, example number 2. Let us take. So this is about first example. Second example, let me take. Zinc oxide plus carbon gives rise to zinc plus carbon monoxide. Okay. Now tell me, in this reaction, which substance is oxidized and which substance is reduced? Yes. Now, first of all, let me explain. Zinc oxide gradually converted to zinc. What happened both sides? Previously, oxygen atom is there with zinc. Finally, there is no oxygen atom. So, what do you say? Removal of oxygen takes place, which is called reduction. So, zinc oxide is reduced. Zinc oxide is reduced. And if zinc oxide is reduced, what about carbon? Carbon gradually converted to carbon monoxide, where previously there is no oxygen, but finally there is an oxygen. So what do you say? Addition of oxygen takes place, which is also called oxidation. So substance reduced is zinc oxide, substance oxidized is carbon. So clear now everyone? So substance reduced is zinc oxide, substance oxidized is carbon. Now tell me, for suppose if zinc oxide is not there in the reaction, is there any possibility to convert carbon into carbon monoxide? No. Yes, you are correct. No is the answer. So zinc oxide supplied oxygen for the sake of carbon. Isn't it? Am I correct? So what name is given to this zinc oxide which supply oxygen atoms? Yes, there is a special name. This is called oxidizing agent. What is the name given to this one, my dear? Oxidizing agent. So oxidizing agent is zinc oxide. Now what is the special name given to this carbon? Reducing agent. Reducing agent. Oxidizing agent is also called oxidant, whereas reducing agent is also called reductant. So in this reaction, oxidizing agent is zinc oxide, reducing agent is carbon. So just reversed. And one more thing, there is a clue to recognize and remember. What is the clue? Which substance is reduced will be treated as oxidizing agent, and which substance is oxidized will be treated as reducing agent. In that way, one can solve this type of redox reactions. Now, let me go for one more example, my dear. Example number 3. Yes. What is there in this example? Manganese dioxide reacts with hydrochloric acid to produce manganese chloride plus chlorine gas plus water. To balance this chemical equation, so how many chlorines are required here? 4. So put here 4 and 4H. Here actually 2H2O, then 2O, Mn, Mn. So balanced. Now my question is very simple. In that chemical reaction or chemical equation, first, which substance is oxidized, which substance is reduced, and which substance will be treated as oxidizing agent and reducing agent? Try to find out. This is also very simple. Yes. How you can explain? First, suppose let me take manganese oxide. Manganese oxide directly converted to manganese chloride. Now once you check, before oxygen is present, but thereafter there is no place for oxygen. What do you say? Removal of oxygen takes place. removal of oxygen takes place, which is called reduction. So manganese dioxide is substance reduced is manganese dioxide, and substance oxidized is HCl gradually converted to chlorine gas. So once you compare, here hydrogen is present, here there is no place for hydrogen. So what you say? Removal of hydrogen takes place, which is called oxidation. Yes. So the substance oxidized is hydrogen chloride. And what is oxidizing agent? As I told previously, what is oxidizing agent? Substance which is reduced will be treated as oxidizing agent. So MnO2, manganese dioxide, will be treated as oxidizing agent, and reducing agent hydrogen chloride. So this is about to next chemical equation. So in this way, if you once observe, in such type of reactions, one substance undergo oxidation, immediately other substance undergo reduction. Whether you observed or not? Yes, you are correct. So such type of reactions in which both oxidation and reduction occurs simultaneously are called redox reactions. What are they? Redox reactions. So these are the best examples for redox reactions where oxidation takes place along with the reduction. So that's all for today's class. And before going to end up this particular redox reactions, let me give 1 minute recapitulation. Please try to follow. Oxidation and reduction occurs simultaneously. That reactions are called redox reactions. Okay. Now, what is meant by oxidation? There are plenty of definitions. Addition of oxygen, removal of hydrogen, addition of non-metal to metal, or loss of electrons is called oxidation. What is reduction? Addition of hydrogen, removal of oxygen, addition of metal to non-metal, and gain of electrons is called reduction. So actually copper powder is brown in color, but if you once heat this copper powder in the presence of oxygen, automatically this copper becomes black due to the formation of copper to oxide, where copper undergo oxidation. And if you pass hydrogen gas over this black colored copper oxide material, again reversible reaction takes place. We will get back copper with shine brown nature along with water, which is also called reduction. So like this, oxidation reduction occurs simultaneously, which are called redox reactions. Now in the second example, zinc oxide is reduced, carbon is oxidized, and zinc oxide will be treated as oxidizing agent and carbon will be treated as a reducing agent. Now what is meant by oxidizing agent? This substance which provide oxygen for oxidation is called oxidizing agent. This oxidizing agent is also called oxidant. And what is reducing agent? The substance which provide hydrogen for reduction is called reducing agent. This reducing agent is also called reductant. Now in the same way, one more example is awaiting. What is that? Manganese dioxide with hydrochloric acid. Here also substance reduced is manganese oxide, substance oxidized is hydrogen chloride, oxidizing agent is manganese dioxide, and reducing agent is hydrogen chloride. Now, how you are going to finalize all these things means on the basis of any one of the definitions from oxidation and reduction. So, my dear students, that's all for today's class. Tomorrow we shall discuss about one of the very important topic that plays a prominent role in our day-to-day life, not only from my side, even from examination side also, that is corrosion and rancidity. Both are collectively treated under effects of oxidation in our day-to-day life. Till then, my dear students, have a nice day. Thank you.